So a lot of you guys scroll on YouTube and you see a bunch of stuff about self-improvement, making more money, becoming a better version of yourself, but no one really talks about the dark side of self-improvement or the dark side of growing and becoming a better man. And lately I've had this thought to myself that, as you grow, whether that's in your career, your faith, your personality, your intelligence, your skill set, your fitness, whatever the heck that you guys are wanting to achieve, real growth in that sense does feel like loss as well. And this is something that I've been experiencing a lot. Nobody tells you starting off that becoming a better version of yourself often means saying goodbye to the people, the habits, and even parts of you that once felt like home. Growth sounds exciting, right? Leveling up, right? This whole channel called Level Up Strategy, right? Leveling up, chasing your goals, becoming a high value man or like a high value woman or a person who wants to improve, right? Per se, increase their value, whether that's in their career, whether that's just someone who wants to get a skill set, whether that's someone who wants to get in better shape, whatever your, goals are. Sometimes it can feel more like grief though. And that's the thing, right? You're not broken for feeling that way. In fact, it might mean you're finally on the right path. And one way that I would say I could, describe how I feel or how you guys might be feeling is think of yourself as like a tree, right? So like when you're younger or you're stuck in old habits, your roots are shallow, but they're wide, right? So there's lots of little connections, lots of noise. But as you grow, your roots go deeper into the ground, not wider. So you don't need dozens and dozens of weak branches anymore. You just need a few strong ones. And that means shedding dead leaves, trimming weak branches, and really just letting go of what doesn't serve the next stage of your life. I did a landscaping job this weekend. I had to plant some trees, so it just made me think of that analogy. But the main points that I want to touch on in this video, and this is something that I've experiencing a lot lately because I've been on this, quote unquote, self-improvement path for a little while now. And someone commented on a recent one of my videos and they said something along the lines of like, I love your videos. He said something along the lines of like, I love your videos and I don't know what the purpose of this channel is, but keep it up. And I like hearing stuff like that. And what I would say to you, whoever commented that, is the goal of this channel is to help you guys level up in life. And it's really just a place that I want people to grow together, become a community, and help one another. And more often than not, as you get better, as you grow in aspects that you want, you will feel lost to a certain extent. And I've been feeling this way myself, like especially lately. I'll give you guys a perfect example. So I don't know about you guys. I don't know how old you are, right? For the main people that watch this, if I had to guess, somewhere between, 16 to 30 is probably my main demographic of my audience. I could check the analytics if I really wanted to. But a lot of you guys are probably either have a group of friends in high school, maybe college, and then maybe after college. But one thing that I've noticed is I've made a lot of new friends since graduating from high school. A lot of the people that I hang out with are guys from the gym, stuff like that. Hang out with my girlfriend, things like that, my family. But, it's gotten to the point where I like seeing my old friends from high school or college, but a lot of them, man, all they ever want to do is just go to the bar and drink. And it's like, I have nothing against people who want to do that. I'm just not someone who wants to do that. It's not even the alcohol itself. It's just the fact of like being somewhere out super late, drinking, and then getting terrible sleep, waking up. My training's going to be crap the next day. Like the gym session's not going to be as good. My mind's not going to be thinking as clearly. I'm not going to be as sharp. But like if I ever want to record videos, it won't be as well. If I want to work out or get my steps in or be on a good diet. And it's like when I take all these things seriously, such as like, moving more, leaning out more, weightlifting, doing cardio, reading books. I've been playing a lot of chess too, things like that. And I don't want to waste my time doing something that's not going to benefit me. And, I'm not going to lie, like the cost of growth is you do lose some friends who don't align with your values anymore. And this is no shade to anyone who used to be my friends or still my friends. Because when I say friends, guys, like I'll be honest, like I probably have like maybe 3 or 4 dudes that I hang out with, like even some. Like most of my friends are just kind of like we talk here and there, things like that. And there's nothing wrong with wanting to do a lot of stuff, but like I am just someone who I just want to put all my focus on like my job right now, my fitness, my relationships, and stuff like that. I don't really want to waste a bunch of time, right? I don't want to go out and go to this concert. I really don't care to do that. It's nothing against that type of stuff. I just don't want to do that right now. And I've just noticed that, you know, you do lose some friends just because it's not like more of like a person to person thing. It's more so just the fact that like you don't want to put yourself in those environments. So like you might just not see them as much anymore, and that's okay. But it's one thing that I've realized is like I'm losing some of that stuff on this path, right? And people are like, oh, like don't you just want to have fun? Like who said I wasn't having fun, right? When I have a very hard week of work and I work 6 days out of the 7 days of the week and I'm chilling on a Saturday night with me and my girl, we're chilling there, and I made some money that week. I invested money into my Roth IRA. I invested money in my high yield savings. It's growing. I got a good workout in. I got my steps in. Like that's fun to me. Like I have more fun doing that than partying all the time. It's really not that fun. It's quite frankly, it's overrated. And if you're someone, like I said, if you're someone who likes to do that stuff, that's totally fine. I'm just saying it's not really something I like to do anymore. And as I guess level up per se, or as you get on this path of self-improvement and you let go of the partying, you let go of the chasing validation, you let go of the mindless dopamine, right? Feeling like you're boring now, we're not fun anymore. You might miss the version of yourself that was more carefree or accepted, right? And that's kind of the problem because society rewards being carefree, being spontaneous, spending much money that you can't spend, and then just doing things and going along with the flow. And I guess I've always been someone where I just kind of saw through the BS, if that makes sense. And it's hard because you're not going to find as many people who fully align with the way you think. And I'm realizing that like as I grow in my goals and as I become the person I want to be, there are less people that relate to you fully. And that's why it sucks because like as I'm growing, I do feel like I'm losing some of those old friendships, or at least losing what used to be, which is okay. But it's just one thing you guys have to keep in mind. Like when you go on this path of really, really, really focusing on improving your life situation, you might experience some loss along the way. And I just want you guys to know that. And if any of you guys are listening to this right now and you're going through a similar situation where maybe you're working longer hours at your job, or maybe you're in the gym a lot, or maybe you're doing a martial art or trying to learn a new skill, whatever that may be, you might notice that, some of the old habits or some of the old people you might not relate to as much anymore, and that's okay. But, it's worth it in my opinion in the end, because building the life you used to daydream about, or earning self-respect and inner peace, or maybe even just attracting better people, relationships, and opportunities, in the end, it's worth it. So when you go along this path, right, you're going to lose some people along the way, and that's okay. That's totally fine, right? But don't lose yourself, because you're either going to lose people or you're going to lose yourself. And this is one thing that I've noticed. Like, you're either going to lose the bad habits, you're going to lose all the partying, the drinking, all that type of stuff, going out all the time, which a lot of people go through in high school and college. That's fine. Every person should go through it to some extent. I get it. But you're either going to lose that, or you're going to lose yourself in the moment, or in your future, right? Like if you're someone who wants to do something and you're letting other people's opinions dictate whether you should or shouldn't do it, you're quite literally choosing that over like your own self goals and what you want. There's actually there's a Bible verse I like, regardless if you're religion or not. It's 1 Corinthians, I believe. It's something along the lines of like, it's actually Proverbs. Walk with the wise and become wise, for a companion of fools suffers harm. So the reason I like this verse is because it's just very straightforward, right? Like, if you walk with people who are wise, or walk with people who know what they want out of their life, they walk with people who live with intention, you as well, like that will rub off you to some extent. And you also are going to pick up those habits and those aspects of your life. Whereas if you're just walking around with a bunch of fools, a bunch of people that don't give a crap what they do with their life, you're going to be that person who also doesn't crap of what they do with their life. And a lot of people try to deny that. They say that it doesn't really matter who you hang out with. It definitely does. Like there's just no getting around that. And I'm a person that believes that you should always include people for as long as you can. I've personally, like, I'm one of those people where, like, I don't really have enemies, really. I think I know one person personally that I don't like, and that's just because the kid's been harassing me for years, like prank calling me and shit like that. But besides that, like, I treat everyone with respect. If you treat me with respect, I'll treat you with respect. And at the end of the day, right, you guys have to chase or attract what you want. You have to go after the goals that you want. And at the end of the day, like, it's going to feel lonely, right? If growth feels lonely, if it feels like you're losing everything, just know that you're not, right? You're shedding skin, right? And that's not weakness. That's just evolution. You're evolving into the person you need to be. And the path you're on, it's meant to feel uncomfortable. It's meant to feel a little bit lonely because most people never take it. Most people take the easy path. Most people just do what everyone else is doing, their followers. And here's what I want to know from you. What's one thing or one person you've had to let go in order to grow? Or maybe it's a habit. If there's one thing specifically that you're listening to this and you're saying, oh yeah, like I had to let that go for me to grow and become the person I need to be. What is it? And do you ever wonder if the sacrifice is going to be worth it? That's what I like to hear from you guys. Drop your thoughts in the comments. Like I said, I read every one. This channel is growing fast. I'm recording this in the middle of June. It's June 16th today. And I think we're around 9K subs. It's been a journey, guys, and I'm not going to stop. We're going to keep this going, and I appreciate every single one of you. And if you got any value from this video, please consider liking and subscribing, and stick around for more. Level Up Strategy out.